Well, welcome to Monster Hunter Rise. After honestly, it's been too long. I did kind of drag my feet getting this one out. Partially it was because there were a lot of technical issues, including one I encountered literally just yesterday that I had to sort out. Partly it was just because of school getting in the way. But overall, yeah, I did definitely this could have been out a lot earlier if I just gotten my stuff together and taken care of it, but we're here, we're finally here. Hopefully this should be going up today, hopefully. I mean, I don't know if it will, but actually I'm pretty sure I can definitely get out today, don't worry. Yeah, so Rise, I guess I'll talk a little bit about the game. I'm enjoying my time with it so far. It's definitely getting used to a controller is definitely going to take a while, so gonna admit, I had a recording earlier of me fighting this monster, Arzuros. I think Arzuros. I don't know the exact pronunciation, but it was pretty rough. Probably just me getting used to the monster. Part of it was just the fact that I'm not super used to controllers. And because of the fact that I'm not used to controllers, I ended up picking a pretty simple weapon. So you see me running with the dual blades. It's just, I wanted to try something that was just not the insect glaive, and these are also very simple. They're a pretty simple weapon. There's not like 3 different things you have to manage like the insect glaive. It's just demon mode, rage meter. I think that's what it's called. I'm calling it the rage meter, so it's the rage meter now. But yeah, I guess a bit of the monster, Arzuros. He's a big old bear. He's really slow. When you first fight him, he's kind of annoying. When you fight him after that, he's kind of boring. He's definitely one of those monsters where it's just like, oh yeah, he's kind of there. I don't have much to say about him other than he has some interesting hitboxes. There was a couple times I was getting hit by him and I was like, really? That hit me? It's whatever, He's dead, he's gone. I've killed him a bunch of times now, and honestly, he's just bleh. Yeah, I'm actually wearing the Arzuros armor right now, again, because my initial recording, for some reason, the audio wasn't capturing, the game audio specifically, and I wanted to have a version with the game audio, because I think that would be better, So, this morning, well, actually this afternoon, because it's afternoon right now, I was able to fix that issue, and so now we have audio, and it's great. You can hear me, you can hear what I'm doing. Not just me talking into silent gameplay, which, might be fine for something like commentary, but when the gameplay is the actual kind of like the focus of the thing, I think you should probably be able to hear it, But yeah, I guess a bit more about Rise, so you can see the wyvern riding mechanic. I'm using it right now. I think this is mostly just flint-shotting all over again, because that's all I ever really use it for, or all I've used it for thus far. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really see the point in attacking other monsters. Well, so far the only thing that's happened is that I've been able to ride Arzuros and slam them into walls. Maybe there'll come a time where I'll be able to ride another monster and use it to attack a monster I'm actually trying to kill. Maybe that'll happen. Honestly have to fight way more monsters to see how that works out, but for right now, Arzuros is the only monster that I've hunted, so I guess we'll see. I'll have to get back to you on that one. Other than that, the world, Shrine Ruins, I definitely like them. They're a nice little twist on the whole forest biome with all the little Japanese-style ruins. And yeah, the Japanese styling in this game is definitely, I like the change. I think it's a change for the better, especially. I like the new, sort of monster icons, although I will say they're a bit hard to read on the map sometimes. Sometimes it's a bit hard to tell what monster you're looking at for a second. So, it's a bit of a minor complaint, honestly, but and it might just be that I have to get used to seeing the new icons because I'm so used to like the old sort of tribal-esque sort of designs. Yeah, it's definitely it might take some time. I guess just a lot of these games a lot of my sort of gripes with the game right now, I'd say it's probably stuff that'll just work itself out as I play more and I just get used to it. Stuff I just won't notice as much. So, you know, if you're upset that I'm complaining about stuff, just remember that I'll probably work it all out for me in the meantime. But overall, I think it's a pretty good game. I'm definitely excited to hunt a lot more monsters. I am very much disappointed that Valstrax isn't here, although maybe he gets added later on. I'm praying he gets added later on because I would love to be able to fight Valstrax in like a really modern Monster Hunter game. So I'm hoping for it. I mean, I'm not sure. If I'm being honest, I think it's a bit unlikely, but hey, a man can dream. Alright, so I guess I've sort of exhausted all of the stuff I had sort of pre-planned. I guess a bit more about Arzuros. He's like the tutorial monster, although he's not a particularly interesting tutorial monster. His sort of big gimmick is the fact that he can stand up on his hind legs. So like his back feet mode and his all fours mode. Sort of similar to Fatalis, actually. World Fatalis. He was an experience. Yeah, honestly, he's a bit annoying at first. Learning him, he's got a lot of attacks that aren't amazingly telegraphed. Some of them are actually quite well telegraphed, but others that are just... It's like, yeah... That's what you're gonna do? Okay, I guess. And... But once you sort of figure him out, once you learn his attacks and his sort of patterns, you know, he's mostly just kind of boring, you know. I'd say he's like a 5 out of 10 real, like, that's if I'm being a bit generous, honestly, you know. The only reason I think I'm ever going to remember him is because of all, you know, the fact that he's the first monster. And I guess I should talk about the wire bug mechanic. Yeah, this is an interesting one. This is sort of why I wanted to switch from dual blades, from the Insect Glaive to the dual blades, because previously I was playing like exclusively Insect Glaive. I basically played almost nothing else but Insect Glaive because I loved the ability to just get up in the air and just dodge stuff like that. But with the wire bugs, I'm still getting used to them. I think they're going to be incredibly useful, like, once I really nail the mechanic, but yeah, I'm definitely excited to play around with those, especially with, like, more, I guess, difficult hunts, because, I mean, you really don't have to use the wire bugs for Arzuros. They're not even, like, a little bit required for him. I wouldn't say they don't even, like, you could pretty much ignore the mechanic and own him regardless of that. Then the Silkbind attacks, which are, they're definitely a bit weird. For some reason I keep forgetting the controls to them, so I think that does actually happen here, where I forget how you're supposed to use them, or how you're supposed to trigger them, but I'm not entirely sure how the dual blades are supposed to work with the Silkbinds. I know there's two, but I can only ever seem to get one to work. So I might have to rewatch, like, I know the Monster Hunter made like or Capcom made like a little video showing off like how they're supposed to work with each of the different weapons, and so I'm definitely gonna have to rewatch that video and just see how they sort of all work. Yeah, another benefit with this guy is he falls over a lot, especially when he's tired. So you can just get a nice bunch of hits on him. I do miss that. I remember in World there was like all these, you do a lot of crazy attacks with dual blades that allow you to just like roll over monsters and stuff. I might have to, maybe you still can, I just haven't figured it out yet, you know. I'll definitely get back to you on that. But yeah, dual blades themselves, I really like them. A lot more than I thought I would. They're a lot of fun. They play really fast. Like, I know everyone sort of complains about how many combos it has. They actually feel kind of slow, but when you're in raged or demon mode, you have this really nice quick dodge that makes it so easy to just get out of the way of stuff. Yeah, you saw me using it right there. It's just like a quick slide. It's really fun to use. Well, I think you have to have your weapons out for it. So, you know, drawbacks, but hey. Oh boy. Yeah, he's got this. I guess if I were to describe Arzuros like any monster, he's sort of like Tigrex light, except like double light. Because he does a lot of charging, but unlike Tigrex, he has a couple sort of variations. So where you get like a, they call it like a homing charge, which is really annoying because especially when you're trying to heal, it's like great. So I have to either cancel my heal or this guy gets me. It's like, and I waste the healing potion effectively. It's like that move in particular really ticks me off because homing charges shouldn't be this early on in the game. Like Black Diablo's had one, and there's a reason most people hate that monster. So yeah, the other thing he has is like a slide charge, where that one's also annoying because he doesn't slide right at the start. He slides at the end of the charge, which means basically his hitbox practically doubles in size right at the end of the charge. So that's another one where it's just really annoying. It's an annoying move. It's not. Once you know about it, it's just kind of. It's like, oh, okay, cool, but it's not really a fun monster to learn, is what I'm saying. You know, it doesn't really feel satisfying to figure him out. It's more like, oh, okay, I just don't have to get cheated by that, I guess, you know? He goes from, I think I've said this, I said a whole bunch in my previous video, well, my video without any audio. He goes from annoying to boring, basically. So, I'm probably, I doubt I'm gonna fight him ever again unless I absolutely have to. Like, I might fight him once for high rank, and probably never again. Gonna be honest. So, you know, this is probably my one and only Arzuros video, which, considering how boring he is to fight and how I'm assuming kind of boring he is to watch, I imagine most people will not be complaining about that. As for, I guess, the future of the channel, I guess, I'm gonna keep recording Monster Hunter World content. Sorry, Rise content, excuse me. I've been playing too much World. Or I have played too much World, or at least recorded too many World videos. So expect to, especially since the summer's kind of coming, you know, I expect to see more content then. However, I may have to get a job, and I also am gonna have to go through exams, so it might not be as much World content as I could potentially be producing, unless magically I start getting money from YouTube and stuff. Which would be really nice. I would love to just record Monster Hunter content for all eternity. But considering the size of my channel, I don't think that's likely, especially not in the next couple of months. So yeah, that grab was another one. Like, what? I also need to figure out how to use the wirefall mechanic better. Yeah, again, the stupid homing charge is really annoying, especially when you're trying to heal. And yeah, that's the slide charge, which is another one of those just really moves. So, I've also, you may have seen the Titanfall video. I'm not sure if I'm going to record more Titanfall content. The first video was kind of bad, mainly because of the fact that my settings were way too high. It's like I was recording way too high quality for my computer to realistically handle. So I've tuned it down, so hopefully it should be a lot better. And I should be able to record without so much frame drops, but yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to record more of it, considering it just, I don't know, maybe I will, maybe I won't. That's something I'll have to see. I'm sort of waiting on more feedback for that. What else? Oh yeah, you may have noticed I named my hunter Kale. That's because I was, at the time when I made the character, which was not too long after the game came out, I was playing a lot of League of Legends, especially top lane, where I think Kale's definitely one of my favorite characters to play. So I tried to make her look kind of like Kale, because I just wanted a different vibe from my old hunter when Merle was. I didn't know what to make, so it was like, haha, I'll make an anime magical girl for the memes, and I don't know, it sort of turned into a thing. I definitely like the character. I like the character I made, but, you know. Yeah, this is me failing to use the Silk Bind. And for some reason, I keep thinking that Y is unsheath weapons, it's actually X. I don't know, it feels a bit weird to have two different buttons for sheathing and unsheathing your weapon. Yeah. I really like the Pal mode because he's black because of his ability to get you out of stun really quickly. I've also noticed this game doesn't have jewels like World, so I'm not sure if they're gonna do something. I'm not sure if I just haven't seen them yet, and then I have yet to sort of get into that whole side of the game. But you know, maybe they're just not in here. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff about this game I haven't discovered yet. Yeah, again, the stupid homing charge is really, really annoying. It's like he's got like a couple moves that are just, please, why? Please, no. Please stop. This is just annoying. Yeah, you can't, this is another thing I'm not entirely sold on. You can't attack Vigor Wasps to just destroy them. You have to sheath your weapon and then hit A. I don't like that. That's something I don't think I'm ever going to change. I just don't like that. I would prefer if you just attack them and then they give you their health buff. That's something no. It's a minor complaint, but it's going to get me killed one day, I swear. I'm going to try and do that, and I'm just going to be like, nope, you can't do that anymore. I definitely prefer it the old way. So this game has a lot of, I guess, similarities to World in that respect. You can see, like, there's the 3 monsters roaming around. There's all, like, the interconnected world. There are turf wars. I haven't seen them yet, because I just haven't found monsters that have them yet, but I suspect that there will be turf wars eventually. Yeah, there's me. You have to hold ZL and hit A, which I think is kind of just annoying. So I think my next quest should be in the Frost Islands, but I'm going to fight Lagombi, so you'll be able to see that realm as well, that sort of area as well. But yeah, they've done a really good job with the areas. They're fairly distinct. They have like the traditional sort of themed biome with, you know, you have your forest, your desert. I've only seen 2 of the biomes as far. That's just the Shrine Islands and, sorry, the Shrine Forest and the Frost Islands. That's the only 2 I've seen thus far, but I'm hoping they sort of keep going with this. Like, they take like a central concept like forest or cold, and they sort of change it up a bit, like they did with, you know, these 2. Because the Frost Islands, obviously, there's lots of waterways you can sort of run around in. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Pretty neat. I like it. And despite this being, you know, the Nintendo Switch being and it's, yeah, I whiffed the sort of Demon Rush Ultimate, I guess, pretty hard there. Just a little bit too far behind. Yeah, I think and sometimes some places you can see me, you know, trying to lead them away from the wall because I don't want to fight monsters, ever want to fight monsters in confined areas, because it just gives them all the advantage because they're a lot bigger than you are, so their attack radius is a lot bigger than you are, and you have way less room to maneuver. I think I mentioned this back in my, probably one of my world videos. So many now. Actually, how many I don't know how many world videos I actually made. Definitely a lot. I don't know the exact number, but it's definitely a lot. I didn't record all the monsters. I think I ended up skipping out like on a couple of them, but you know, it's a crap ton of them. Yeah, I didn't see him start the charge there. Well, he's gonna go down fairly soon. Obviously, they've also changed the sort of the monster is about ready to die symbol. It used to be like the skull, and now they changed it to a little blue icon that's right up in the top. I do definitely like it's that stuff on information in the top right. You know, it makes I don't know, it gets a bit makes more sense. I'm not sure entirely why I like it yet, but actually I don't know why. It's right there and it's really clear. And there we go. We got the silk find off finally. Again, I'm not entirely sure how this is supposed to work. So, if I completely screw that up, I'm sorry. I will figure it out. Hopefully. Probably. Yeah, and there's me just whiffing it. We're just not getting it off. Yeah, the controls seem a bit, I don't know, for the silk find, they seem a bit finicky. Like, sometimes I get it, and sometimes I don't, I swear. There we go. Monster dead. And then you can see me carving up the Izuchi because I'm a greedy little bastard. You know. You gotta get all those materials. So, you know, there we go. Arzuros. He's there. That's pretty much him summed up in one word. Or 2 words, really. He's there. Hopefully we'll be getting on to, like, the more interesting monsters sooner rather than later. I'm definitely going to try and... I have a bit of a break between now and when exams start, so hopefully I'm going to try and get as much, you know, stuff done as I can in that little window. So, hopefully over the next, I think, about a week, I have about a week before exams really kick in. So just play as much as I want and record as much as I want. So hopefully you should be seeing a whole bunch of wonderful Monster Hunter content from me in that time span. And there'll be a bit of a downtime. And then hopefully I should be going back to, like, maybe not as quick because I may have to get a job. I don't know entirely about that yet. But, yeah, you know, hopefully, crossing my fingers, assuming they send me my stimulus check, I should be able to just, you know, record as much as I want. And that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.